Welcome. Today, we explore the real value of these super rare Kennedy half-dollar coins that could make you rich. Let's get started. First up, the Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination in November of 1963. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar, in particular, holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors. This coin, minted without a mint mark, carries a significant value in today's auction market, particularly when in fine condition. In the early 1970s, the Kennedy half-dollar underwent several changes. The coin had a somewhat turbulent history as it was designed during a period of social change and unrest in America. Following JFK's assassination, the public and the government wanted to honor his legacy, and the Kennedy half-dollar was born. By 1973, the coin had already gained significant cultural and political importance, with many seeing it as a symbol of hope and respect for President Kennedy. 1973 marks a unique year for the Kennedy half-dollar due to its lack of a mint mark. The U.S. Mint, which usually places a mint mark to identify the location of production, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, omitted this feature in 1973 for most of its coinage. As a result, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark has become a rare find among collectors. There was a significant public interest in coins with missing mint marks, and this particular half-dollar stands out as one of the most elusive versions. The mintage of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark is notably scarce, with the Philadelphia Mint being the sole producer that year. This adds to its rarity and collector value. The market for this coin today is robust, with values varying depending on condition. In fine condition, this coin can command a premium price in auctions, sometimes reaching several $100s. In fact, a recent auction saw a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark in fine condition sell for as much as $100,000, with some rare examples fetching higher amounts depending on the buyer's interest. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark due to its scarcity and the lack of newer releases without a mint mark. As a result, the coin has become a highly desired collector's item in the current market. The design of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is consistent with the original design introduced in 1964. The obverse features a striking profile of President John F. Kennedy, designed by sculptor Gilroy Roberts. This side captures Kennedy's distinctive features, such as his youthful face and sharp, confident expression. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, showcases the presidential seal and features a half-eagle, symbolizing the strength and resilience of the United States. Though the design remains consistent with other Kennedy half-dollars, the absence of the mint mark makes the 1973 version particularly noteworthy. The coin's overall aesthetic is clean and elegant, with Kennedy's portrait central and dignified, giving it a timeless appeal. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is free from notable minting errors. However, due to its unique status as the first coin from the 1970s with no mint mark, it has sparked substantial collector interest. Coins like this, which are scarce and have historical importance, are often viewed as key pieces in any collection. Many collectors actively seek these coins, not only for their monetary value, but because of the story they tell about the era they come from. In today's market, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark remains one of the most expensive and highly sought-after coins among collectors. Its scarcity, combined with its historical and design significance, makes it a standout coin that continues to appreciate in value. If you're lucky enough to find one, especially in fine condition, you're holding a piece of U.S. history that's bound to grow in value. Next up, the 1985 Kennedy half-dollar with a D mint mark and a large date is another remarkable coin in the world of coin collecting. This coin represents a transition period for U.S. coinage, as it is part of a series minted in the 1980s that included both regular-sized and large-date varieties. The Kennedy half-dollar had been minted continuously since 1964, but the 1980s represented a time when the U.S. Mint began experimenting with different design features, including the size and placement of numbers. The 1985 coin is notable for having a large date, a feature that became characteristic of the 1985 Kennedy half-dollar and continues to intrigue collectors to this day. The D Mint mark signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's primary production facilities. In 1985, the Kennedy half-dollar was no longer in regular circulation for everyday transactions. Instead, it was primarily minted for collectors, which makes finding high-quality examples like this one even rarer. The use of the large date style on the 1985 coin added an additional layer of interest, as some collectors see these large date coins as being more distinctive than their smaller counterparts. The 1985 Kennedy half-dollar with the D Mint mark is one of the coins produced in large quantities, with millions of units minted. However, even with the high mintage numbers, the large date version of the coin stands out due to its distinct appearance. Coins in fine condition have garnered impressive prices in recent years, with some reaching several $100s in auction. It's not uncommon for this coin to sell for $85,000 depending on its condition, with higher prices occasionally reached for coins that are particularly well preserved. Due to its large date feature and the fact that it was only produced for a short period, the 1985 Kennedy half-dollar remains highly desirable among collectors. The coin's relative rarity, combined with the appeal of the large date, continues to drive its value on the market. Much like the other Kennedy half-dollars, the 1985 coin features the well-known portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, with the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surrounding his face. The reverse showcases the presidential seal, featuring an eagle holding an olive branch and arrows in its talons, symbolizing peace and strength. The key distinguishing feature of the 1985 Kennedy half-dollar is the size of the date. The numbers are noticeably larger compared to those on earlier versions of the coin. This detail, while subtle, is one of the primary reasons collectors have a particular interest in the 1985 coin. The large date design adds to the coin's visual appeal and has contributed to its status as a valuable collectible. In terms of minting errors, the 1985 Kennedy half-dollar is generally free from significant mistakes. However, as with most coins, subtle variations in the date and die cracks are sometimes found. Collectors are often on the lookout for such errors, which can add considerable value to a coin. The 1985 coin, with its large date and mint mark, remains one of the more popular modern coins to collect. Collectors of Kennedy half-dollars specifically seek out this large date variety for its rarity and the distinctiveness it offers. The coin has a loyal following, and many collectors view it as a crucial piece to complete their Kennedy half-dollar collections. Its value, though relatively modest in comparison to rarer coins, continues to rise as more collectors take an interest in the series. The 1985 Kennedy half-dollar with a large date and a D Mint mark is a coin that holds both historical and design significance. While not as rare as some other Kennedy half-dollars, its unique features make it a valuable asset in the world of coin collecting. The market value for this coin, especially in fine condition, is steadily increasing, and collectors continue to appreciate its charm and distinctiveness. Next up, the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar, specifically the large date version, was part of the general series minted from 1964 until the early 2000s. In 1988, the United States Mint struck these coins with the intent of maintaining public interest in the Kennedy series while also serving as a functional piece of currency. Though no special events marked the 1988 coin's release, it is important to note that it was issued during a period where half-dollars were primarily produced for collectors rather than for widespread circulation. The mintage of the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar with AP mint mark, in particular, saw a considerable amount of production, but it was still not as high as the coins produced in the earlier years of the series. The exact mintage of the 1988 with a P mint mark is approximately 18 million coins. Although this number is significant in the context of half-dollar production, the large date variety gives this coin a unique distinction among. The Kennedy half-dollar features a portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, designed by sculptor Frank Gasparo. The reverse, which shows the presidential seal, was also designed by Gasparo. The 1988 version of the Kennedy half dollar has a typical design of the later years of the series. It retains the same specifications with a diameter of 30.61 m and a composition of 91.67 copper, 833 nickel. The large date feature on the 1988 coin refers to the size of the numerals in the year 1988 on the coin. Some of the later years of the Kennedy series were produced with small and large date variations, making them more appealing to collectors. The large date coins, due to their lesser occurrence, are generally worth more than the small date versions. The 1988 Kennedy half dollar with a P mint mark in fine condition can fetch a price anywhere between 50,000 depending on demand and the coin's exact condition. Though it's not considered rare, its value has risen steadily over the years due to its large date variety, which is considered more desirable among collectors. Coins in higher grades, such as extra fine or uncirculated, can reach prices well beyond the $63,000 mark. The rarity and collector interest come from the distinct large date variety. Coins in fine condition are somewhat more abundant than those in higher grades, but collectors still place high value on these large date coins due to the continued demand for high-quality Kennedy half dollars. Auction prices vary based on factors such as the number of bidders and the rarity of the coin within the specific grade. For example, a 1988 Kennedy half dollar in fine condition could see a value increase at a high-profile auction, especially if it's being offered alongside other rare coins from the series. Interestingly, while the 1988 Kennedy half dollar is not known for major minting errors, small variations in the size of the date and the placement of lettering can influence the coin's value. Coins with clear die cracks or other subtle minting errors can fetch a premium over the typical pricing for a standard 1988 coin. These types of error coins appeal to specialized collectors who focus on minor details that differentiate one coin from another. The Kennedy half dollar, especially the 1988 with the large date, holds considerable collector interest due to the sentimental value attached to President Kennedy's legacy. Many collectors aim to complete a set of Kennedy half dollars spanning from 1964 to the present, which only adds to the demand for these coins. The fact that these coins were not widely circulated adds to their mystique, and finding high-grade specimens is considered a rarity. Next up, the Kennedy half dollar continued throughout the 1970s as part of the effort to honor President John F. Kennedy's legacy. In 1974, the U.S. Mint produced both large and small date varieties of the coin, and this distinction is crucial for collectors today. The 1974 Kennedy half dollars was part of the general circulation coinage and was produced during a period where the coin had moved primarily to the status of a collector's item. During the 1970s, the United States experienced significant inflation, and the mint began reducing the production of large denominations like the half dollar for circulation. The 1974 coin's issue without a mint mark is notable for being one of the more collectible variations of the year. The lack of a mint mark was due to the coin being minted at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins produced during this period did not bear a mint mark unless specifically required for a special series. The 1974 Kennedy half dollars without a mint mark has a mintage of about 21.6 million coins. While this number seems high, it's important to consider that coins produced during this era were often hoarded by collectors, and many did not circulate in daily transactions. The mintage for the large date variety is generally higher than for other varieties, yet the interest in error or non-mint marked coins has pushed up the price over. Much like other Kennedy half dollars, the 1974 coin features the portrait of President Kennedy on the obverse and the presidential seal on the reverse. The only real distinguishing factor between the 1974 coin and others in the series is the date, specifically the size of the numbers, which have been referred to as the large date variety. The size difference between the large and small date coins is significant and easily noticeable, making it a desirable feature for collectors. The value of a 1974 Kennedy half dollar without a mint mark in fine condition can range from $77,000. This coin, despite being produced in relatively high numbers, has a solid collector base because of the large date variety and the fact that it wasn't circulated as widely as other coins from the period in higher grades, this coin can fetch over $100,000 at auctions, and in excellent conditions, it can push even higher, especially with the premium for error or misaligned die coins. Error coins play a large role in the value of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar. Coins with incorrect die alignment, minting flaws, or scratches often appear on the market and can increase the coin's value. The 1974 large date without a mint mark coins are some of the most sought after in the Kennedy half-dollar series, as they are believed to be produced in limited quantities due to variations in the production process. This coin is highly sought after for its connection to the Kennedy administration, and the era of political change in the US collectors also favor it due to the scarcity of certain date variants and the fact that it represents a pivotal time in American history. As a result, the demand for high-quality examples remains strong. Next up, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar with the large date and the D mint mark. The Kennedy half-dollar, first issued in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy, has remained a prominent coin in U.S. circulation ever since. But what makes the 1972 version stand out? Let's take the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. During the 1970s, the U.S. Treasury was facing issues with coin shortages, leading to the frequent production of coins in large numbers. However, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, particularly the version with the large date and D mint mark, has become a significant find for collectors. The large date design was used to correct a striking issue from earlier in the year, where the date on some coins appeared too small and crowded. This error led to a variety of designs being struck, and the large date variant became more popular over time. The obverse of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar features a portrait of President Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, while the reverse showcases the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparro. The coin's composition is 40 silver, which is why it is a popular pick among collectors, particularly those looking for silver coins from this era. The D mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility that is known for producing a significant portion of the country's coins. As for the large date variation, this is especially noteworthy for collectors because the date itself is noticeably larger compared to the regular version. It stands out clearly on the coin, making it an attractive piece for those looking to complete a collection of Kennedy half-dollars. With a mintage of approximately 246 million coins, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is not considered rare in terms of circulation. However, in good condition with a large date and D mint mark, its market today, this coin can fetch anywhere from $56,000 in auction, depending on its condition and the specific characteristics of the coin. Coins that exhibit excellent strike and little to no wear can command the highest prices, with well-preserved pieces fetching even more. What makes the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar particularly interesting to collectors is the presence of several varieties, including double die errors, where the design appears twice or is misaligned. These errors are particularly valuable as they add rarity to the coin. Collectors often look for such imperfections, as they add an extra layer of uniqueness and investment potential to the coin. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, despite its high mintage, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, particularly those who appreciate historical coins and US silver issues. As the market continues to appreciate the rarity of these coins in good condition, its value may continue to rise. Thanks for joining us. Happy collecting!